Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to discuss the new card that I added into my wallet. So I got a new card, and this is the first time in a while that I've gotten approved for a card that has not been a hotel or airline points or miles earning card or a transferable currency earning card. The new card that I got approved for is the US Bank Triple Cash card. The Triple Cash is a business card issued by US Bank. It was released a couple of years ago, and it's a decent business card that doesn't get talked about very much. The Triple Cash card has a number of different 3X categories that are mainly uncapped. And these 3X categories are going to be gas and EV charging stations, office supply stores, cell phone service providers, and also restaurants. Additionally, with this card, you can get yourself a $100 credit towards FreshBooks or QuickBooks if you are subscribed to either one of these programs. Now, I don't use either of these, but I love seeing a no annual fee card that offers credits. Because if you happen to use FreshBooks or QuickBooks, it can make a lot of sense to get this card because this card has no fee, so why not have it? I love adding no annual fee cards to my credit card collection because although I am more of a fan of annual fee cards, every time that annual fee hits and I need to pay the bank that money, it stings. Now there are a couple different welcome offers currently as I'm recording this video for this card. If you just type into Google US Bank Triple Cash card, what you're gonna see is gonna be a welcome offer for $500. Now, for some reason on this page, it's not saying how much is gonna be required for the minimum spend, but the welcome offer that I found was gonna be going on Frequent Miler's website. They have a best offers page and it lists all the best current offers for credit cards. So on that page, they had the Triple Cash card with a welcome offer of giving you $600, and it has a minimum required spend of being $4,500 in the first 150 days after this card is opened. So pretty much the welcome offer is going to be $4,500 spend in 5 months, which equals out to being an average of $900 a month. Now for a welcome offer for a cashback card, I think that this one is really good. If you look at other cashback welcome offer cards out there, usually the cashback ends up either being pretty low, or if there is a higher amount of cashback that they're going to give you, it's going to require more spend, and they're usually going to give you less time to hit that minimum spend. But with the Triple Cash business card from US Bank, if you look at the cashback that you're going to be earning, the amount of time that they're going to be giving you, and also how much spend is required, I believe that collectively, I don't think that there's a better cashback welcome offer currently out there. Now, I'm assuming that the $500 welcome offer on US Bank's website has the same minimum spend as the $600 welcome offer. So if you do want this card, it's just gonna make more sense to go onto Frequent Miler's website, go to their best offers page, and then use their link to apply for this card. One thing to note about this sign-up bonus is that employee cards do not count towards the minimum spend. So take that into consideration when working on this welcome offer. Also, if you happen to use this card at a gas station and you charge over $200, then instead of getting yourself 3x back, they only give you 1x back for that purchase. I'm not entirely sure why they would do this, and I don't believe it's going to affect the majority of people because most people's vehicles aren't going to need more than $200 to fill up their gas tank. But if you happen to have a really large truck that's going to require more than $200 to fill up your gas tank, either don't fill it up over $200 in gas, or break it up into multiple purchases so you can get yourself 3x back as compared to only 1x back. Now this card is a business credit card, meaning that you need to have a business to get approved for it, but just know that it doesn't take a lot to be considered to have a business. If you sell something on eBay, if you are braiding someone's hair, all of this counts as being a business as long as you are getting paid for either the goods you're selling or the services you are providing. So if you want this card, don't be frightened in the application. Just put it as a sole proprietorship and then be honest with how much you believe you will be making with your business. Now, maybe it's because it's a business credit card, but I was given a $23,000 limit, which, thanks, I guess. It's better than the $1,000 limit that I got in the last business credit card that I applied for. And with this being a business credit card, that means that although I got approved for the card, it doesn't add a new line of credit to my personal credit report. And this is great for anyone who's interested in Chase credit cards because I'm currently at 424. And what I mean by this is that I've gotten approved for 4 personal credit cards over the last 24 months. Chase has a rule called the 524 rule, which usually works as if you've gotten approved for 5 cards over the last 24 months, there's a high chance that you're not going to be approved for the next Chase card that you apply for. But getting approved for this business card, although it does add a hard inquiry to my account, it doesn't add a new line of credit to my personal credit report, which keeps me under 524. Now, for those wanting to know a little bit more information to help with data points to know if you can get approved for this card, I currently have a credit score in the high 700s and I have many hard inquiries. And yet, I was still approved for this card. The last personal card that I got approved for was in September of last year. Now, when I got approved, it wasn't an instant approval. It did go into pending, but then after a couple of days, I got an email telling me that I was approved. And although the envelope carrying this card said first class written on it, this card took 2 weeks to arrive to my apartment after receiving the email telling me that I was approved. This is my first US bank card. I do have a US Bank business checking account, so I did have some relationship with US Bank before I applied for this card. So why am I getting this card? Well, if you watched one of my videos earlier this year, I stated in that one that I wanted to add a few cashback earning cards to my wallet in 2024. Although I love points and everything that it allows me to do, travel can become expensive even if you mainly take out the flights and hotel cost. I know that flights and hotels are the most expensive, but every time I book an Uber to and from the airport, that costs me money. Every time I book a tour when I go travel to a new destination, that also costs me money. Every time I book a business class flight, when I have to pay the taxes and fees for that flight, that costs me money. I don't get as worked up about the cost for food because I pay for food here in LA, and I try not to overspend on dining when I travel overseas, but I do get a little worked up about the cost for souvenirs because I'm never gonna buy a souvenir here in LA, but I did buy one when I went over to Korea. What do you all think about this souvenir that I got over in Korea? It's a little sword on top. Usually you would think about something like this in Japan, but in Korea, there was many different things where they had like shows where I guess you would call it like 19th or 18th century or maybe even before soldier attire. The cool part about this thing is that it's actually like a little sword you can open up. So that's the thing that made me want to keep it. These different expenses add up. And even if I'm able to cover more than 90% of my travel costs with points and miles, I still might end up needing to spend like $3,000 to $5,000 for the rest of the travel. And from studying my finances, I realized that a high percentage of this cost comes from rideshare services and taxis when I'm traveling. I love the points and miles game, and I love looking for low-cost award deals. And also this year, what I want to do is try to keep the low cost out of pocket without lessening my experience or grabbing my transferable currencies and then essentially forfeiting them into becoming cash, which is something that I'm trying to avoid if possible. And what I've decided is the best way to reduce my out-of-pocket travel costs is to add into my wallet some cashback cards. And with this card being a no annual fee card, I can use it when the multipliers make sense. I don't have to worry about my earnings outweighing the annual fee. And that is the beauty of no annual fee cards, because unless you go into debt, chances are you're gonna be up just from using the no annual fee card. Now, I'm still gonna be prioritizing my points earning cards, but having some cash back added into my wallet isn't a bad thing. But hopefully you enjoy this video. Let me know in the comment section down below, do you carry any cashback cards? If you do, what is your favorite cashback earning card? Now, if you happen to be interested in any cards, check out the referral links in my description box. If you decide to use any of my links, it does really help out the channel, and I'll be incredibly thankful for your support. And if you happen to really like this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and have a beautiful rest of your day.